It's been a little bit, but hi, welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you here. Today we're gonna go over everything I read last month in May and everything that I'm gonna read for June. So we're gonna go over my June TBR. I've been reading actually a lot of books like off camera. I just decided to dive in to a few books and they ended up being like super good. I actually have a pretty big June TBR. I feel a bit determined and excited to read some of these books, especially for the next video that I'm going to film. Yeah, I'm just super excited to dive into these worlds because I hear so many good things about them. Grab yourself a nice drink and get cozy, and let's go over everything that I'm gonna read this month. First, let's go over everything that I read. So I read like 3 books last month, which is pretty okay. Getting out of my reading slump that I had for a while. End of my last video, I finished the 2nd book in the Shatter Me series. A little traumatized. So I needed to give myself a bit of a break from that world. And I picked up Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. If you like Sally Rooney's writing, if you like UK scenery, UK dialect, you're really gonna like this book. This book is coming of age, sort of, but the main character is in her 30s, so it's just like going through this season of her life, which I feel like is really relatable. I really love Nina Dean. It's a really quick read. I feel like you really get immersed in just her character. She's funny, she's witty, she's a writer. Like all the characters in these books, like all her friends, they seem so like real. I don't know. I just felt super relatable to this character. Maybe it's because we're around the same age, maybe because like it's kind of a funny age where a lot of their friends are hitting certain milestones, but she's like still single. So it kind of gives like a little bit of Bridget Jones, a little bit of Sex and the City, but not so much, because I feel like this is really just like a story of its own. The things that the character goes through, online dating, having to navigate that world. I think her and her best friend, oh my god, her best friend's just a hoot. She's super into like astrology and like New World and like just like wearing like these colorful, vibrant outfits. Like I love her best friend. What's her best friend's name? Oh, I forgot. Lola. So Nina and Lola are like ride or die, like friend duo. I love them. Yeah, like what she goes through is just really hard. And I think the themes of this book of dealing with loss, but the person's not dead. She deals with that theme in her relationships, in her relationship with her parents, like even friendships too. I think that the theme of like a ghost, it's like you're still here, but like there's something that has changed, there's something that's going on, and sometimes they just like, yeah. But hopefully that doesn't give too much of a spoiler. I mean, it's the title of the freaking book. The quote on the back says, "Ghost is wonderful, funny, sharply observed, poignant, and full of truths about life and love and friendship." I give this a 5 stars because I was very much captivated. I love this person. I want like a sequel to this. I actually picked up Dolly Alderton's next novel. I'll put it on the screen like over here. Oh, can't remember. But it's like the protagonist is a male character, and the first chapter is like a pros and con list of why he shouldn't want to be in the relationship, basically. And I just like, I'm picking this up. This is wonderful. I'm really becoming to really love Dolly Alderton's writing. I believe she's like a journalist. This is her first novel, and she has like a few like excerpt short stories, essays. She's really good. I think she writes for the Times. Yay! Get this book. Highly recommend. So I finished the 2nd book in the Shatter Me series. I finished Unravel Me, and I needed to give myself a break, and then that was short-lived. Went right into these 2. So if the 2nd book like threw me the fuck off, I gave that one like a 4.5. Like I was just like, I don't know. These are 5s. I love this book. Ignite Me ignited me. It really did. I was kicking my feet kicking my feet. Restore Me is just wet jaw on the ground. Jaw on the ground. This, yes. I'm loving the Shatter Me universe. So yeah, I'm just like living in it. I like finished these in like 2-3 days. I was just like up until like 2 in the morning reading these. I couldn't put them down. Yeah, Juliet, Warner, Adam, Kenji. I love these characters. It's so like make or break. The environment is very dire, and then there's this like drama going on as well, and then you're just like learning all these new things. All these things are just unraveling, and you're finding out like just like how effed up everything kind of is politically. The characters, swoon. Just, I'm swooning. So yeah, if you need a little bit of, like, these are YA, but it doesn't feel like YA. It's like a fantasy romance, like X-Men, and I never read the Divergent series, but like, cause it's dystopian, like that's the first thing I think about. I had like a baby and had this. Pleasantly happy with the Shatter Me series. So I read those 3 books in May. Currently on Defy Me, I have this bookmark. Look at the bookmark Joe got me. Well, it's a sticker, but I use it as a bookmark. It's like a bus pass, and it's on the struggle bus. I think it's so funny. I'm on page 297. This book is like dual perspectives. Actually, no. What was dual perspectives? Restore Me was dual perspective between Warner and Juliet. This guy is 3 perspectives, which I really like. You just get like everything, but it's always so funny because like at the end of a chapter, you're just like, it just leaves off of like something. You're like, what? Did I get to like read somebody else's stuff? And then you're like, well, I hope whatever is happening over there is okay. But then you find out what's happening in like 2 more chapters, because it like, yeah, it keeps you gripped. So that's why this book has really taken over. This series has just taken over my life. I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking about Shatter Me, but I get why the hype is so hyped. Ugh. This book in particular is just really dark, actually. It's really dark. There's just a lot of pain in this book. A lot of pain. No spoilers, no nothing. I'm really just blown away by Tahereh Mafi's writing. I just love how she can take a character and really build that character based on like what they're feeling emotionally, and she really like gets the reader involved in like how that character is and like where they are mentally, physically. Like Juliet's like character arc is amazing. In the first book, like things are crossed out. There's just a lot of like numbers, a lot of symbolism. It's very prose, very like poetry-esque. So you're just really like, oh, the figurative language is wonderful. That's why it doesn't feel so like YA, so like, oh, we met at the movies and we're loving each other and the parents don't want us together. It's not like that. This is deep and wonderful, and I really like it. Gonna probably finish this tonight. So the reason why we're all here is to figure out why I'm reading in June. Oh, it's a big stack. It's a big stack. Do y'all think I can do this? I can do this. No big deal. Especially because these 3 are gonna be in my next video. So after I'm done with Defy Me, I can't leave the universe yet. We're going into Imagine Me. This is the final book of the Shatter Me series. I am kind of scared. I'm wondering if maybe I need to give myself a break between Defy Me and this. I might do that depending on how Defy Me ends. But yeah, Imagine Me is the next. There's all these like novellas, and I don't know what the order is to read those novellas, but they're in other characters' perspectives. What I'm thinking is after I'm done with the whole series, I'll go back and read the little novellas just so I can get like a you know, and then maybe I'll reread the whole series again. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. I'm just really glad that we have those options, more books in this universe, because it's really, really awesome. These next 2 are in the same world. They've been pretty popular, and I just wanted to see what all the hype is about. It is these two, If He Had Been With Me and If Only I Had Told Her. Sounds very dramatic. They're both by Laura Nolan, or is it Nolan? Yeah, I really liked what I've been seeing online about these. Pretty sure it's romance. Characters are Autumn and Finn. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. From that, I'm hearing big miscommunication tropes. Don't know if I like that trope as much, but you know, it's given P&P, Darcy, Elizabeth Bennet. Yeah, I don't know. So I think this is in Autumn's perspective, and this one might be in Finn's perspective. Oh no, this is told through 3 different perspectives. Sweet, authentic love story. Getting into some romance. Shatter Me is kind of romantic-ish. This one seems to be just a regular romance. I think it would be good just to keep it simple, see what these are about, and see if these are gonna, like, you know, make me kick my heels at the end of the night. I'll be happy. Or am I gonna just like be devastated? We will see. This next one I picked up at Target. I read like the first bit of it and I immediately was just like, yes, I need this. I Fell in Love with Hope by Lane Colley. The first bit that I read, no, it's the foreword. I've really like been looking for, I have an autoimmune disorder. I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, as well as like other sort of inflammatory things that are going on in my body, and I've been really looking for books that have characters that deal with that for like aspiration. You know, there's so many people that have these things, but I feel like we kind of hang in the shadows because of our stuff. To read this forward and to see that autoimmune disorders are a tricky thing from an outsider's perspective, and even more so from an insider's experience. It's a wide spectrum, a pendulum that swings from chronic to terminal. A large majority of people with autoimmune diseases can expect to live normal lives. A small minority can't. This story is for both. It is for all who know loneliness and for all who search for themselves. I read that and I was just like, yes. So I'm really excited to get into this book. I have a feeling that it's going to tear me up. I'm gonna be maybe kind of sad, but also I think kind of inspired and hopeful, and really maybe relate to a few characters in this book. It's about a group of terminally ill patients, a vow to live the rest of their lives to the fullest, a love that transforms and transcends. Get into some emotion. These next 3 I'm excited to get into. I wonder down in the comments after seeing these, are you going to be able to guess what kind of video am I going to be filming? Binding 13, Powerless, Divine Rattles. I'll wait. Okay, so Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Yeah, it's taken things by storm. I was kind of like hearing things about it and I'm intrigued. When I read the beginning part, I was like, oh my god, no, is this set in UK? They have like a freaking glossary of like the dialect and like the certain like terms and how to pronounce things, like a glossary, like Annie is an emergency room, Bluey is a porno movie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm excited just to get into this. I don't know what it is, but I think like romances and like stories that are set in England, London, UK, Scotland, Wales, up in there, I find it like super exciting to get immersed into that, because I really, really want to visit the UK one day. Fingers crossed. That's why I really like Sally Rooney. That's why I really like Dolly Alderton. I really like Jojo Moyes. Yeah, Me Before You got me, and I was just so happy. It's one of my favorite movies too. But anyway, Binding 13, I think there's like a rugby player, romance, the girl protagonist. She kind of goes through some things. I hear there's like a lot of mature, maybe like heavy themes in this book, maybe having to deal with a lot of abuse and stuff. So if those things are triggering to you, just be a little careful while reading this book. If something happens, yeah, definitely put it in the freezer and give it some space. Johnny Kavanagh, I'm excited to see if I'm gonna fall in love with you. Next is Powerless by Lauren Robert. I hear a lot of really good things about this one. If you like Hunger Games, it gives Hunger Games vibes. I never read the Hunger Games series. I was like a twihard, so I reread that like 20 different times in my teens. But I was just like hyper fixated on that. I was like, nothing else matters. But maybe I'll read the Hunger Games, you know? Powerless. Peyton and Kai. It's a romance and fantasy. Only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Isla. The exceptional, the elite. Especially after Shatter Me, because it is like dystopian, has a lot of fantasy elements, but it's not set in like a medieval like world with elves and dragons and war. I mean, there is war, but like, you know. I think this might hit a lot of things for me, like Akatar and Fourth Wing gave. Hopefully this will satiate me. But I'm excited. Oh, there's like little flowers. Every like time a perspective starts, there's like a little flower. It's really pretty. Peyton is thief, ordinary survivor. Kai is prince, elite, enforcers. Yeah. Excited to get into Powerless. It's a big boy. It's like 500 pages. I can do it. I have faith. Have faith in me. And next is Divine Rivals. This was on my TBR in the winter and I never got around to it. But excited to get into Divine Rivals. I hear it's like a lot of people's favorite. I'm ready to be blown away. Enter these worlds. In my next video, we're gonna be talking about all these. I am a bit overzealous, but I am determined. Reading really helps me, helps my mind, helps me ground myself a little bit. It gives me joy that like watching a movie or a mini series doesn't really hit as well. If you have read any of these books, let me know in the comments what you thought of them. Please don't give me any spoilers, don't spoil anything. What book do you think I'm gonna enjoy the most if you've read any of them? Yeah, excited. All right, I'm gonna love you and leave you and get back into the Shatter Me universe. I'm gonna finish this book tonight, draw myself a bath, have a good rest of the evening. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you're liking the videos. It's all relaxing reading content, some lifestyle stuff, and just, you know, we're just winging it over here. I just really appreciate everybody that watches and everybody that, you know, says hi. You really make my day, and thank you so much. We're so close to 500 subscribers and I can't wait. We'll do a giveaway when we hit 500. So glad that you're here with me. Love you.